Hi, I'm Justin Ottavio, and welcome to Film Don't Lie, brought to you by Saturday Blitz and college football's fifth quarter series. We are here today to talk about the 2018 NFL Combine, of which our favorite college football players, maybe our rivals, best players, something like that, got to take part in. And we're all pretty much curious to see how the Underwear Olympics, as known, have gone. Check me out on Twitter at IMFB_BLOG. So again, we're talking about the 2018 NFL Combine, and we will have 5 topics. I'm calling them Proves You Right, Proves You Wrong, First Round Underwear Olympic Champions. They needed that, and when's my pro day again? So those are going to be our 5 main topics. Today, let's get right into it. Proves you right. Well, Saquon Barkley, I think, proved most of us right. But 6 foot, 235 pounds. He ran a 4.4 flat in the 40-yard dash, put up 29 reps at bench press at 225. He had a 40-inch vertical leap and a 4.24 20-yard shuttle. The guy made play after play this season, whether it was throwing a touchdown, kickoff returns, obviously rushing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. He did it every way you could do it. Saquon Barkley scored this year, and really has pushed himself into being a number one. Prove you right. I mean, I have the guy down as a top 3 pick, and I really think he deserves to be the number 1 overall draft pick to the Cleveland Browns unless they trade out of it and somebody's in dire need of a quarterback right away. So that was definitely a proves you right. I think Bradley Chubb, the defensive end from NC State, 6'5", 269 pounds, ran a 4.65 40, 36-inch vertical leap, 121-inch broad jump, and the vert and the broad are going to tell you exactly how explosive the player is. The vert's a great tester for squatting, and the broad jump's going to be a great tester for your clean and your snatch. So it's an extremely powerful, explosive athlete at his size, and a 4.41 in the shuttle. Man, Chubb is an explosive athlete, and that shuttle is going to be very important for him to stop and change direction against the inside zone read and against run pass options. As you're trying to chase guys down and make a play, stopping stuff like the jet sweep game, any type of tunnel and bubble screens and delayed screens and stuff. You need him to be able to stop, change direction, accelerate quickly, and that's what the 20 proves. So Bradley Chubb just proving you're right. Roquan Smith, the linebacker from Georgia, 6'1", 236, inside linebacker running a 4.51. He's going to be a force in a 43 defense. And Virginia Tech linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, what you're going to do with him, a 34 stand-up, rush end type guy. You can be in a 4.25 and play the weak side at 6'5", 253. Ran a 4.54 in the 40-yard dash. So those are the guys who really proved right. Minkah Fitzpatrick running a 4.47 at 6'1", 205 pounds. Going to be a great safety, 4.25 hybrid player. So that is who proved me right. Now, for who proves you wrong, that they were talented. So we're going to stay in a positive mold and a positive outset. Josh Allen, 6'5", 237. His passing game inside of the drills was accurate, pinpoint, accuracy. His arm strength looked great. He just looks so confident and smooth. He has an NFL prototypical size. He ran a 4.75 40, which shows he has enough athleticism. The 33.5-inch vert was okay. I'm more impressed with the 4.4 flat and the 20 shuttle, the 119-inch broad jump. It shows that he can stop on a dime and make some moves. He's going to make guys miss. He's not just a stationary target back there at 6'5", 237. And I think he's got what it takes. He obviously took it very serious. He knew this was his job interview, both physically and mentally and emotionally, and he really looked like he came out for it. I'm really impressed with Bo Scarborough. The Alabama running back, 6'1", 228. That's a big fella. And he ran a 4.5, 240. 14 reps. Double-digit bench for running back. That's kind of the line that you want to set for DBs, running backs, and receivers. 40-inch vert matching Saquon Barkley. 129-inch broad jump, which is explosive as hell, and a 4.34 20 shuttle. Isn't bad at all either. That means he has the speed and explosiveness. The cut to be able to withstand an NFL season. He has the size for that too. So really proved me wrong. I didn't think he'd test that well at all. Definitely came in prepared. Who are the guys out there around, that maybe were getting like a 3rd round grade, but bumped themselves into first rounder with the Underwear Olympics? Well, David Njoku, the tight end from Miami, had done that. Vernon Davis had done it out of Maryland years ago. It seems like a tight end sort of thing. And Mike Gesicki from Penn State, He's doing it this year. 6'5", 247 pounds. He runs a 4.54 in the 40. Puts up 22 reps at 225. But his 41.5-inch vert, they want to talk about volleyball and basketball. Well, damn, his 41.5-inch vert is unreal. That's more explosive than Barkley and Scarborough and even DJ Chark, the receiver from LSU, who we'll talk about in a second. 129-inch broad jumps up there with Scarborough. So these are guys who are 20-something pounds, 20 pounds lighter than he is. And he's able to broad jump the same with him in the 4.1 20-yard shuttle. That's better than Barkley. That's better than Chubb. I mean, that's one of the best in the combine. That's explosive. That means that you're stopping on a dime and completely changing direction, accelerating immediately, showing that you have great hamstring work. The guy is just going to be an amazing athlete. He's going to be somebody that's going to be extremely hard to stop when you need a first down. He's going to be extremely hard to stop when you have a mismatch, have him in a one-on-one, because he's got elite speed along with elite size and the ability to jump up and get the ball. This is a Pro Bowl player. And I think if he can put the entire package together, I think that's very evident. He's a guy who was being looked at as a 97th overall player, a third rounder, maybe the third tight end, and I don't think so anymore. There's no way he's in the third round with those kind of numbers. And then Chark, who we talked about before, the LSU wide receiver, he was 192nd overall, 28th wide receiver, 6'3", 199 pounds. He's a little light in the frame, but he ran a 4.34 and put up 16 reps. And 40-inch vert, 129 broad. That shows that explosiveness. That shows his ability to fight through tacklers, which is something you think a guy under 200 pounds might not be able to do. That broad proved that wrong. And he's got deep threat speed. Had a great Senior Bowl, caught his passes. And I think, now that you're sure of his hands, he has that elite speed. I mean, his yards per catch at LSU was over 21, I think, this last season. So he's proving that really, he is an elite player. I could see him moving into maybe the late first, early second round, depends on how, necessary wide receivers are. But a guy runs a 4.34 at 6'3", who can jump like that, explode like that. I think that, teams are going to want to have a dynamic receiving threat added to their stable. New England, for instance, Gesicki, New England type of guy. I think that's somebody that they're going to take a look at. Another phrase that we're going to use here as we start to wind down is, "Oof, I needed that." Royce Freeman sat out of his bowl game. He was a little banged up during the season. He was banged up the year before. Played through 3 different head coaches over at Oregon for the Ducks. He's a running back. He's rated the 6th running back, 69th overall player, and he needed this. 5'11", 234. That's a big body running back who ran a 4.54 to 34-inch vert, 118 broad, and his 4.16 20-yard shuttle. That's a one cut and go guy who's then going to have the speed to be able to get you 20-yard burst carries, which is important. Kind of guy that he has the power in his legs with the 118-inch broad jump, and he has the one cut ability with the 4.16 20 shuttle to get you 4 yards on first down. So you're starting off second and 6, maybe second and 5. Which is where NFL teams want to be. That 4-yard first down, 5-yard first down is really important. So Freeman really came out of this thing after, a little ding to the reputation by sitting at the bowl and being a little banged up after having an amazing freshman season. He still had a really good senior year. But he really needed that. Sony Michel, he was 41st overall and considered the 4th running back. I think he did great things for himself at 5'11", 214. He had to separate himself from his own teammate, Nick Chubb. He needed to separate himself from Freeman, or at least be on par with him. And Scarborough and Darius Geis, all these great backs that are coming out this year. This is a running back loaded draft, and Michel is really positioned himself into a nice spot, maybe securing the 4th back type of position, 4.54 40, 22 reps, 4.21 in the 20-yard shuttle. I could see taking Freeman before him. Freeman has shown a lot in the receiving game as well, screen game and some of the deep catching. He looked really smooth. How about Shaquem Griffin, the UCF linebacker? He's a linebacker that lost his hand at 4 years old, had to have it amputated. He was kind of a rush end guy in college, but he's about 6'1", 227, 230, and he's going to project to be a strong side linebacker. At 4.25, you could stick him out in the flat. You could use him in a blitz game. He could jam and run. I mean, he ran a 4.38 just like his brother, who's a cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks, Shaquille Griffin, his twin brother. So his 40 is fastest by a linebacker in the draft. He also put up 20 reps, using the prosthetic at 225. I think Griffin is going to be a guy that's going to have a great pro day, and he's going to wow some people. And I think, being able to get on special teams, Pete Carroll's already said, I'm taking him. Looks like a third-round draft pick. I really liked inside linebacker Micah Kiser, 6'2", 238. He's a big dude. For 6'2", 238, being a linebacker, he's had a lot of wear and tear on himself over at UVA. He's a 34 inside linebacker. You're in a 4.66. Good for his size and what you plan to do with him there, putting up a 4.66. So not bad. Nothing fantastic, but I think it was one of those, okay, I needed to prove that I do have some speed on me, and I'm going to be fast enough to play in the NFL. When's my pro day? That's basically the guys who kind of bottomed out and bombed their, their testing, their chance at their job interview. Mark Walton from Miami, the running backs, won him 5'10", 202, so he's on the smaller side of these backs. We're talking about 230-pound running backs. He's on the smaller side, and he runs a 4.6. So he's 36 pounds lighter than Kiser and runs about, a little bit faster, but not much. He only put up 18 reps at bench, which is fine. Again, double-digit bench for a running back, but the 31.5 vert, 118 broad. The broad jump's fine. The vert's a little low. And if you're going to have a slower 40 time, at least have something explosive in your broad jump, get up into the 120s, but he didn't. Josh Rosen. I didn't think it was anything about his measurables. 6'4", 226, his NFL size. We know he's tough. He was banged up his college career, but absolutely had no blocking whatsoever for the 3 years he was at UCLA. But it was the accuracy in the throwing drills. He was off. He did not look smooth. So hopefully when he's around his receivers at UCLA, there in his pro day, he'll be able to recover. 4.92 to 40 was under 5. That's good for a guy. You're not expecting him to run. 31 to vert, 4.28, 20 shuttle. Not bad at all. I'll take that. Just a little disappointed in his timing. Mechanics still look great. Footwork looked great. Mechanics looked great. It was just the timing. Timing was off. How about Orlando Brown from Oklahoma, the offensive tackle? He was considered the first offensive tackle in the 5th overall. And he's 6'8", 345 pounds. You can't teach those measurables. But man, Roger Goodell's in the office 40 was faster than Orlando Brown's 5.85. And sure, offensive linemen don't have to run 40s, but you like to see him show up in shape. I've taken this as a serious job interview. Only 14 reps on a bench press. Now, I'm not a big proponent of bench press. I don't really care about it as a football coach or, as somebody that's doing athletic performance. I don't care about it per se. But when I'm looking at a guy at 345 pounds, I expect 20-plus reps. So we're in that ballpark of, while it doesn't really matter, I expect these minimums. Again, I want double digits from smaller guys. I want 20-plus out of the bigger guys, and he couldn't get me that. So disappointment to say the least. Less reps than Mark Walton. Less reps than Shaquem Griffin. Less reps than Sony Michel. So very disappointed in that. Long arms, it's tough to bench, but nonetheless, 19.5-inch vert. And, that's what, like half of some of these guys' verts out there, so nothing to brag about there. 82-inch broad jump is dismal. I could probably do that right now for you here, and I'm in terrible shape. And the 5.38 20-yard shuttle puts him slower than just about anyone that's ever been alive and tried to play in the NFL. So Orlando Brown's going to have a lot of proving to do, and I'm not sure if it's about his ability to play. As at Oklahoma, if you watched him play, he was dominant offensive tackle. I think it's more that he's taking this process serious and that he cares, because this is the biggest job of his life. He shows up, and you can't put up the numbers. In Oklahoma, the guys, at least there's a running back, and he didn't show up very prepared either. So I'm not sure what these Oklahoma guys are doing. This guy just cost himself millions of dollars because he'll slide now into maybe in the 5th tackle, down into the 100th player or something like that. He's no longer going to be a 5th overall caliber of player, top 10 pick, and get guaranteed money in the millions that he was due. So again, these are just the underwear Olympics, as they say. It's the NFL Combine. It's not actually going out and playing a game. It's not even a Senior Bowl. But you have to look at it as a job interview. Who's taking this the most serious is a person who do you hope is going to take it the most serious when time comes on Sunday. So while you may not be the best ever in some of these testing drills, Royce Freeman may not be the fastest, Shaquem Griffin may not be the strongest, stuff like that. But when you show up and you look good, and you look as good or maybe even better than what was expected, that is what scouts, GMs, coaches want to see, that you've taken the process serious and that you're focused and ready. And obviously, if you show up and only put up 14 reps at 345 pounds of human body, at a 225 bench, it's a concern that maybe you haven't been training for this at all. I mean, Christian McCaffrey only put up 10 reps, but who cares? he's only 200 pounds, but he still got that double-digit number you have to get, and the rest of his testing was off the chart. For Brown, it was extremely disappointing. To be outran by Roger Goodell in a suit in the office, I'm not sure what to say about that. He said he was fat. Well, I have a strength and speed coach that used to say that that's just a cop-out. You want to be slow at that point. You do not want to be fast. You do not want to improve. So hopefully everybody kind of looks at this. You take it with what it is. It's a mixture of what you saw on film during their career. It's a mixture of what you saw at things like Senior Bowls, what you're about to see at Pro Day, and a mixture of what it was. So it's a third part of the major puzzle of who somebody is and what they're willing to do in a job interview. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode covering the Combine. Again, it's Justin Tybee from IronmanFootballBlog.com. Enjoy the article from college football's fifth quarter. This is a Combine wrap-up. Thank you.